Hey ant people, fresh or frozen? What do ants prefer? Let's make a live comparison. Let's do a simple feeding experiment. All we need is some deep frozen insects that shouldn't be missing in every good solid household. I choose a cockroach, and here is the fresh version. Both are the same species. And here comes the ugly part. We start with my Manica rubida colony. So this little shell or bowl is the frozen one, and the other here we have the fresh one. It is still slightly moving, looks a bit disturbing, but that's the way it is. The ants instantly show interest for the new objects in their territory. I always find it interesting how ants are interested in everything you put into the arena. If it is food or just a stone, they will immediately investigate if it's useful. Fresh or frozen? They seem to like both. On the frozen side, the feeding seemed to be really calm, but on the right side, on the fresh side, the ants go into the attack modus, I think. So they have to attack because it is moving, could be dangerous, so they attack it. And yeah, like they do it with all kind of living prey. Look at the left, at the frozen side. The ants are licking, and I'm not sure if it's because I washed the shells before I got them in, and it's just rests of water. But I think it is the melting process of the frozen cockroach left some really interesting and tasteful juice. So this is what they are going for, and it's very easy for consumption. I didn't expect it, but there seem to be slightly more ants on the frozen side. And on the right side, they start to move the whole prey. Here they have the head already over the edge of the bowl. And then it goes straight to the nest. The rest will follow, but they didn't move the frozen one at all. Interesting, but let's do the same with my Phaedola noda colony, and I can't wait to see what happens. Here is the frozen one, and this one is the fresh one. Here we have the licking again, like we have seen before on the frozen side. It won't take long until every ant knows about this big food source. And finally, the first soldiers appear. Big jaws, big head, big brain? No. If you are wondering what all the queens are doing there, this is when you have a big colony with which allows multiple queens, like Fedole. And yeah, I think they're unfertilized, and sometimes the ants kill it and sometimes not. Look at this one, for example. It's acting like a worker. Just like we have seen it before. Big licking on the frozen, on the left side, on the frozen side, and moving the prey on the right side. I wasn't expecting it, but obviously it doesn't matter if you feed frozen or fresh insects. Let's have a last try with my Camponotus sanctus. It's a very young colony, and yeah, like we all know, ants and colonies acting really different if they are pretty young and have only a couple of workers, or if they are thousands. They got way more confidence, and even the feeding behavior is completely different. The first ant is feeding on the frozen one. And the second one shows interest for the fresh roach. It seems we have an equal score here. So fresh or frozen doesn't really seem to matter. I hope that you had fun with my little unscientific feeding experiment. Thank you a lot for watching, and I would appreciate if you leave a comment. What do you think? Do you keep ants? And yeah, it would make me happy just to hear from you.